If you want to level up, one of the biggest things that you can do is spend money on yourself. I know that this is something that we often don't talk about. A lot of the narrative that we hear is save your money, put it in a bank account, make sure you're being super careful. But let me tell you, my life did not take off and excel at a bigger level until I spent money on myself. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Why spending money on yourself might be the thing that you need to do. It might be the key that unlocks the door into the next level of you that is already waiting. Now, the reason spending money on yourself unlocks a new version of you is money is quite literally faith. If you're putting money in yourself, you are saying that you think there will be some ROI on the money that you spend on yourself in the future. And I'm not even talking about classic investments like education. I'm talking clothing. I'm talking hair. I'm talking a spray tan if that makes you feel good. I'm talking about just anything that makes you feel incredible. You should spend your money on that right away. And I promise you that is the thing that will get you to a whole nother level. Nothing exposes our values quite as much as money because it's a deeply personal relationship that we have. So when you spend money on yourself, you are saying that you are important and you are worth spending money on. When you intentionally spend money on yourself, and I'm not talking about, this like fear-based, if I buy this, people will like me more, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about when you intentionally are like, okay, this top is going to make me feel amazing. It makes me feel like the next version of me. I am going to buy this top. That is what I'm talking about. Spending money into what feels like that next version of you. The amazing thing about this is people often talk about a leap of faith and transformation. Sometimes it's hard to relate. Like, what does a leap of faith really mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you sharing your whole life online? Like, what is a leap of faith? One of the biggest leaps of faith that you can do is to spend money on things that for some reason remind you of who you want to be, or things that you admire, or things that you're really drawn to. Spending money on that is quite literally a leap of faith. I have never gone through a transformation period that has not cost me a ton of money. Was it stressful for me? A little bit. Like, it is a leap of faith. You are quite literally saying like, hey, I think this will pay off. I think on this next version, I'm going to invest in it. I'm going to spend like it, and I'm just going to do it. And it has never once let me down when I have spent my money with intention. And I know why. It's because you are securing this new level of identity, and you're doing it with such a leap of faith and with so much energy, because money's energy. So you're putting it into this next version, and you will see results in your life that you would not have seen with just action. There is something to spending money that unlocks a whole new level. It doesn't really matter how much money you have. I mean, just whatever you can do with intention. Even if it feels like a leap, if it's something that you can work in your budget and it still feels extreme, let me tell you, everything that I've ever bought has felt extreme to me when I was buying it. And guess what? I'm just fine. I actually am making more money. Things are great. So listen, it's just one of those things that I feel like people don't talk about. People talk about leveling up in so many different ways, but no one wants to talk about spending money on yourself and the level up that happens when you do that. When you are spending money on things that sort of connect you to this next version of you, to who you have always dreamed of being, you are setting a very strong intention. Now, I'm going to bring up some personal examples here of times I invested in myself and it paid off. So one of the biggest ways that I invested in myself several years ago, before I could really afford it, was my hair. So I started getting all over bleach blonde hair, permanent extensions. It was a stretch for me. It felt like a lot for me, but it made me feel amazing. And I am not kidding you. The year that I did this, the year that I spent that money, my entire life changed. Literally nothing was the same after I did this. I know that sounds dramatic. I know it sounds extreme, but it's so true. It was one of the most life-changing things that I ever did, because to me, this hair was always like, I'm iconic. If I have that hair that I've always dreamed of, I'm iconic, right? And I think clothing is another really big way I've seen transformations in myself, in the amount of money I'm making, in the way that people are treating me. It's not because of the physical thing. It's not because of the clothing. It's not because of the hair. Because you're lining up with who you've always wanted to be. And when you line up with that, and when you put money on that, and when you invest in that, everything matches it. So one of my biggest recommendations and biggest hacks keys to leveling up and to becoming who you've always wanted to be is to spend money on yourself, and in some ways to even spend money like you already are that. Now, I know you might be saying like, okay, I don't have the kind of money I would have as my dream self. I get that. I don't either. But whatever you can do, there are maybe a couple items in your mind that deeply connect you to who you've always wanted to be. Start there. Get those. Those are the most important because you are drawing in an entirely new identity. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope this was helpful to you. I know the way people talk about money has been so confusing on my journey. It's taken me a really long time, and it's still tough for me to like spend money on myself and invest in myself. I still struggle with it. I still kind of go to these penny pinching ways, but they've never paid off for me. The only thing that's ever paid off for me was taking a huge leap of faith financially. That's always paid off for me tenfold. So I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this reframes your mindset around trying to pinch pennies, because I don't think it's helpful. And I don't recommend it unless it's what you absolutely need to do. It's very important to invest in yourself and to invest in the next version of you always. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. I am wishing you the very best week, and I will talk to you very soon.